Hello everyone, remember I did tell you all that I went to this west side of Singapore to meet a couple, and I think they point out something that is very interesting that I wanted to share with you all here today. So what did they actually do before meeting me? They actually went to see a few resale property, and through our discussion, I share with them the pros and cons between having a resale and a new launch property. But today I'm not going to touch on which one is better, but I'm just going to see that why sometimes resale property, their prices will tend to be a little bit more slower. Maybe it's because of the generation, maybe it's because of how efficient the layout can make a difference in the overall selling price now. So let's have a look at the different layout between these two developments that we are going to look at today. One is a older development, maybe TOP 2011. The other one is a new launch that is currently in the market selling. From there, you will see why the resale property people tends to be a little bit more resistant towards paying a higher price. Come, let's have a look at the screen together. Now we are looking at two developments. One is this one that I mentioned to you, is where my clients went to see, which is a freehold development in a much lousier location. So the second one, this is Clavon, a 4-bedroom. Compared to this location, Clavon is definitely a much better location. So today we will break down into two units, then we will see what is the pros and cons in between these two units. This is the freehold development. One thing I noticed is super big balcony and planter box. So what I do is I break down 4 portions. You can see that almost 1/4 went to the balcony. What I do is I break them down, then I minus away 22%. In the end, we buy 1,005 square feet, you only have built-in less than 1,002. End up your built-in is only 1,175 square feet. This is Clavon. The space you buy 1,281 square feet. Breakdown of the balcony is only 65. In the end, you are getting 1,216 square feet. If you compare to this 1,216, 1,175, in the end, the newer one, although it looks smaller on paper, but maybe at the end of the day, you might be actually getting a lot more built-in than the older one. So sometimes when we look at big square feet, big built-in, we just have to be a little bit more careful, understand what is the actual built-in that you are getting at the end of the day. Okay, so now we put these two floor plans side by side, then we will really see what is the differences. If you ask me, I think the first big difference when I come into this unit, is this living room is a lot wider compared to when we enter into Clavon. It's a little bit more narrow. But it doesn't mean that it's bigger, it's wider, but it's shorter. So if you ask me, I think layout wise, this is better in terms of the living room. So shorter layout, wider, it makes the whole place looks a lot bigger, but this is longer but narrower. So this is definitely something that is good. So when we come into the kitchen wise, I think compared to Clavon kitchen, very similar. Maybe this one is smaller because for Clavon you have both sides kitchen top, but this one you have maybe slightly smaller. And for Clavon you have a dry kitchen. This older development don't have, but it comes with a yard. It really depends on your usage. If you are a yard person, then definitely the older one is better for you, because usually the new development don't come with yard. But if you are a dry kitchen lover, this dry kitchen seems to be a good place. When we move in further, WC, here are WC. For my own experience, I had away the WC, I make it into a storeroom. And my actual storeroom is the helper's room. Having same storeroom is here, home shelter is here. Overall scoring in the kitchen, I think they are quite similar. Now we go into the common bathroom, quite similar, not much different. Then when we enter into the room, compared to the room versus here, maybe if you notice, this is wider, this is narrower. The left and right, maybe if you ask me, this left and right looks smaller if the queen size bed is the same size. Clavon, I know that their bedroom are 9 square meter. In today's context, very regular, is very useful. Consider big for most of the new launches. So this one slightly wider,
maybe it is 10 square meter, maybe it's also 9 because you can notice that it's also narrower. Only this part, this walkway between the bed and the wall is wider. So maybe it's 9, maybe it's 10. Okay, I really don't know the actual square feet of the rooms lah. Okay, now we move to the master room. Pretty similar, but I think this is wider. You can see that this is much bigger, wider also. I would say Clavon definitely have a smaller master room and it doesn't have this wardrobe space. In terms of master room, definitely the older one is a lot bigger compared to the new one. We go to the master bath. I think nowadays bathtub really outdated lah. So it's kind of waste space and come with bay window on this part, also quite wasted lah. This one I think give all the necessary when we really put them side by side, and from there we see what is really good and what is really not so good. Let's break down every small little part. If you ask me, the older development, what is the good thing? It is freehold. So big balcony, if you really like it, if you are a very outdoor person, you know, a big balcony. But having said that, I've seen most of the people who use such a big balcony, not many people really like it. If you really like it, big balcony will be a pro. If not, then you know big balcony will be a cons. Okay, so wider living room, dining room, like what I mentioned just now, I think this is really good, a nice layout. So when light shines in, you know the whole place still bright up. But compared to Clavon, I think it's a lot more narrow. So inside the dining side, later we'll show another floor plan. Inside the dining maybe might not be the most bright up place. Okay, so it comes with yard. If you like it, you know this is where you do all your laundry. Bigger master room, bigger toilet if you like it. This one very subjective. So you can see that, you know, yard, balcony and master toilet is very subjective. I am not a big fan of it, but of course, for those who like it, yes, this is a good development for you. So now it comes to the cons. You know, like I say, big development, big balcony is not a very fancy thing. Then the next thing is definitely it is a much lousier location compared to Clavon. And I think one big setback is this place only comes with 3 bedrooms. Clavon, sorry, just now I didn't mention Clavon, it actually has 4 bedrooms instead of 3. So whatever he has, they also have, but it comes with 4 bedrooms. So this is the so-called the advantage of modern layout, whereas this one comes with only 3 bedrooms. Okay, come back to cons. Only 3 bedrooms for such a big size. So the price tag comes with a 2.4 million. So I feel that yes, it's freehold, but it's lousy location, comes with 2.4 million, maybe a bit more expensive if we only calculate the built-in area, I exclude the balcony. So home shelter, definitely a lot more, not as flexible. You can't have that, you know, super heavy door. So if you are, you know, we talk about protection, definitely is better, but if not, I think most of the people don't really like it. I prefer to have a normal storeroom, which give me a lot more flexibility. I can drill, I can hack, I can do a lot more things. Okay, so yard area, this yard area, if you don't really like it, I think no point, unless you really love, you know, to have a yard to do your laundry, all this. So another thing is bathtub and the bay window. This is something that I think it is really not useful also. So these are all towards developers' advantages, which I don't really like it. So now we look at the pros of Clavon. I think a good price tag, $2 million for a 4-bedroom. I must say, in today's context, the new development is still considered quite attractive, quite affordable. Okay, so definitely at a better location. Then it is a brand new unit, but you have to wait. We have to wait for 2 years, 3 years, depending on COVID situation. So it's a brand new unit. I think it's also what most people will love to have compared to resale, that you need to do your renovation, all this. So sometimes when we buy from developer, we always have another advantages is what, maybe, you know, we might have the chance, or this chance are not change. Might have a chance of, you know, price increase by developer, meaning that, you know, every floor when they sell higher, you know, the price just went up higher. So this one, we might have a chance to take advantage if we really know what the unit to choose, which floor to choose, which unit to choose, and we will look at the price, the whole price list together to make sure that we choose the correct unit. That one, if you all really need help, you all can always PM me, then we can look at it together. So overall, I think also not much wasted space. Not much wasted space. And remember just now I was talking about narrower this living room. So this my experience when light shines in, maybe here will be a bit too dark. So this part is we have to on the light. But other than that, I don't see a big problem in this layout. So they don't have much wasted space and come with a $2 million price tag. I think today's contact for new one, it is really very fair price lah. Okay, next thing, the cons. I think 99 years leasehold is something that very very common today, and most people are very are able to accept it. So this is something, but of course compared to freehold, this is definitely a lousier scoring. So next thing, narrow living room, which just now I talked about. One thing I noticed is this part, big aircon latch. I think compared to this aircon latch, Clavon definitely come with a slightly bigger, maybe 1.5 times the size of the older development. So other than that, I don't see a big thing. Then dry kitchen, if you don't like it, maybe people feel that dry kitchen is a waste of space, but I personally, I love it because I feel that it gives the whole house a different class. Okay, so this is what I have for when I compare this whole development, these two layout. Then from there, at least you all can make a clearer decision whenever we want to buy an older development, we need to pay a little bit more attention. And this is also why sometimes newer development has more advantages.
So now that you have understand the differences between the new floor plan and the old floor plan, so I think it's really important that when we want to buy something, we should really look into what is the main differences. So from the main differences, we can see that that is where margins, or that is where profit can be made. Remember, whatever property we are buying, we must always simulate who is our next purchaser, because from the next purchaser, then we will be able to see whether are they really willing to pay, and if they are willing to pay, then you are able to make money from that. Okay, I'll see you all real soon. Bye.